Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say.
We are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerge from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
He was tackled.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Now Minshew. Gets it off to Freeman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
61, matchbox right.
Here's Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
If you know, you know. If you know about the carport, the trapdoor support.
AT Gator.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Taylor, the Colts ball carrier.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yards he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football. Put it on the ground way too often at Wisconsin. If he learns to hang on to it, he could be one of the surprises in the NFL.
Rivers is going to fake the give to Taylor and set up to throw it. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. To throw is Rivers. He's got Burton here. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the Colts.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rivers now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Geno Atkins got home that time.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much? And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to put him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. 30, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. Devontae Freeman, 92 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
Jaguars 7, Colts nothing. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Gino
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now it's Hines. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Hines, the ball carrier. The tackle made by Miles Jack. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. K'Lavon Chaisson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars 7, Colts nothing.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Minshew sets to throw. He's got Thompson here, complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That's good for a Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Thompson. Danico Autry is in on the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Push him back. Push him back.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And Walker has it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
At the 10-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Devontae Freeman. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Jaguars 14, Colts nothing. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. Try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
2 yards.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
32-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And a short gain down to about the 33.
The Colts ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Fighting Hilton on the slant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
First down, Colts.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
They remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up second and
Now that's
3.
staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 3rd and short.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Paris Campbell.
Paris Campbell there to make the grab. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. but at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10.
Check. Watch 54. What we got?
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And 2.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect?
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake. Rivers. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The Colts first down.
Rivers now from the 50. He's got Jack Doyle. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Right there, 54 miles. 65, 65.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's Rodgers on the return. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
38-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rivers finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
Rivers
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
1st down, Indianapolis.
180.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brings up second and
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Off the play fake here, Rivers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. 15 yards on the play, first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Rivers. And the catch made by Hilton.
Rivers.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Number 13.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers, he's got it to Hilton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Taylor. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 more there and another first down.
At the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 10. First down, Indianapolis.
Block the team!
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on first down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Rivers. bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Tie game, fourth quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
Here we go. Check 4.
Go team, spill.
Lucky.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Strip that ball. 54.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Minshew. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. The kick by Lambeau is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Play action now. Rivers looking deep for Hilton. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Minshew gets it off to Freeman. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
44-yard line.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
Check 26, check 26.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down and 1.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again, Rivers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he is going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 28, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Ready. 60 or.
54 now.
They'll run on first down. Thompson, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
All day, defense, all day. Mike 5-4.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Devontae Freeman with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Point conversion.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they like to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
This will make it into the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 24. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Off Play action, it's Minshew. Going deep for Hopkins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Jared Wilson. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And they will take a knee here.
Minshew on the keeper. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Jags, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew